Don't you want it? 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 You lose your little mind. My Deadlights.
Minisode! Welcome to the Deadlights podcast. Minnie. I'm Minnie Sam.
I'm Minnie Leslie, bringing you your mini weekly dose of freaking horror.
Tiny little freaky bits.
I got in your face.
Got in there.
If you're seeing this on YouTube. If you're only hearing this, I didn't come really close to you, I guess.
Got in their ears.
I got in their ears.
This is 3D vision.
This is SMR, horror podcast now.
Are you feeling relaxed?
Do you want me to get a knife and just kind of like put it across the microphone? Yeah. Yeah, do you like that?
We could be your ASMR girlfriends or whatever they're called.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Called girl. God,
ASMR
I can't
friends?
even speak.
I don't know.
Girlfriends.
That's our next venture.
Yes.
Or ASMR podcast. Sounds great.
I already have an idea. I submerge your head in a bucket of water, and you just
Is that relaxing to you? So it is. What the hell? Call the police. You see what she's doing. She is drowning me.
These are pleasant sounds to fall asleep to.
You sleeping later.
So nice.
Dreaming of the Deadlights.
Oh.
So today's mini-sode, we thought we would pay some respect to the actors of films. We talk a lot about imagery, and we talk a lot about the meaning of all these movies, and I think we do a fair job of also giving the actors credit.
Yeah.
But I think, let's devote this whole mini-sode to some of our favorite actors.
Absolutely. I have a couple of them.
And you are yourself as a performer.
As a performer, I am an actor.
Yeah.
And so I do tend to look at that and determine, my likeness of a movie for the acting itself. I am paying attention to that.
So as a performer, when you're watching a movie or any of the Deadlights movies that we've reviewed, in the acting specifically, what do you usually look for or gravitate towards, or what are things that pull you in from an actor?
What pulls me in is if the person's being genuine. And I think that will entail everything else with their physicality, all the little minuscule, yeah, movements that we tend to do as a person can then be really picked up on film. So you have to be very strategic and also be in the mindset of your character in order to start thinking the way that this person would. So doing little eyebrow movements or little twitches here and there of just little movements of the mouth or whatever is when I can see that someone has gotten to the point where they are thinking at that moment as that person. So I look for those kind of things. And that's when, to me, is a good actor, is when they have put themselves in that situation. In a healthy way, obviously. But
yes. It's like having those, it's like a voluntary, involuntary, they made the decision to make that moment, but the moment's so good that it didn't seem like someone made a decision to make that a moment.
Yeah, they're not absolutely pan-faced or expressing too much with their face. It is literally just small little movements of things where I know they're thinking, even with them not saying anything. I don't care about how they're delivering a line, because you can say things in many ways. It's the silent moments that I pay attention to the closest. And we watched Lamb not too long ago, and yeah, she was very, very good at those little moments where we are able to fill in.
And that has to be something obviously all parts of the filmmaking process are important, but it has to be brought in by that actor to bring that weight of that. It's like the weight of the realness of the character. If you feel that this person has something without them even having to say anything, but you feel the weight of their entire life without them having to say it or spew it, oh shit, this actor's done their work to like really get into the mindset of this character and be that person and feel how that person's feeling. And yeah, those silent moments can be the toughest ones for actors to perform, but if they pull it off, those are, like you said, the best ones.
And that's the thing, like, that isn't something that a director can truly ask from their actors. I mean, they definitely can, but you need a talented actor in order to bring that to I was gonna say towards, but like to the screen.
Yeah.
Because you can have a good-looking person that is just looks, and they are being fed the lines and like being given the direction to have the director's vision come through, but there is more to those kind of like little moments where you can't get it if the actors are not bringing it.
And I think that
themselves.
It's important for the actors to bring themselves at least a little bit, because not only does, at least for me, who's worked on the directing side and worked with actors, it's always great when an actor comes with almost their own decisions made about the character that the director didn't have any influence in, because then they're bringing their own real life into it. That'll just make it feel even more real. And the instincts will be rooted in more realness because it's partly you, you can't help it, but like you are playing that part. So, yeah, I think that for me too, is kind of the same. It's like, how committed are you to this person that you're embodying and the world that you're in?
Yeah.
It can be the most ridiculous space adventure, crazy alternate universe, but as long as you're committed to the world and to this person being a real person in this world, I think that that's what's most important.
You gotta find the truth in your character, because like even if you have a character that you're playing that's the most ridiculous, and you yourself are like, I don't know anybody in my life that acts this way, but that's the thing. The world is so big. There must be somebody who is this person. So if you can think of them and humanize them in a way, and it's hard because then you'll have characters that are awful, and obviously you don't want to find the humanity in them, but there is a reason as to why they're doing those things, and you gotta find the truth in that. As difficult as it might be to play.
And especially in horror, sometimes those characters that are doing the absolute worst things are the most interesting ones to watch, because we're on some level kind of relating to either their motivations or their feelings or something.
We're living vicariously through these characters in a way.
Good or bad.
I tend to, like, if they get hurt, I feel it, Yeah. So yeah, it's like anybody can cry. I mean, even if you can't cry on camera, there are many, many ways to get your person to cry. But I just like find those silent moments for the truth of the talent to come out.
Yeah.
And I think these people that I admire have it.
Let's hear it. What's your the first one that comes to mind?
My very first one, I fell in love with him when I started seeing movies in theaters. And I had gone to the movies with my family, and it was Man on Fire. I love Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
He is my ultimate, like, goal of... He is another person that comes in, and he is himself. And there are a lot of characters now that he's playing. It's just Denzel playing Denzel, but it's silent movements, and he has this like thing with his jaw that he does when he's like thinking in character. Can't remember exactly which one he did that for, but yeah, I love him so much.
He definitely has a presence about him. This almost like unspoken confidence that he brings to almost every character, at least that I can think of, and then also a genuineness of like, okay, maybe this person, like Man on Fire, kind of thinking that specifically, he's supposed to be this like very hard character, this protector character, which is kind of a character that he does play a lot in several different films, but also there's a genuineness there and like a softness like on the interior of this like hard shell. That he brings with a lot of his characters, and I mean, I think of Flight too. You know, when he's
Yeah, I think about that movie often.
I mean, he's again kind of playing this character that's trying to hold a hard shell around him, but he's got a lot going on inside and a lot of pain. And
there's another one. Do you know? I was trying to find it. I fell in love with this movie. First of all, Deja Vu. I like Deja Vu.
classic.
I don't know why. I just like that's the one role that I was just like, this must great. But also it's one where he is a cop and there's a bank robbery going on and there's like people who are the hostages also in on the like robbing the place.
Okay.
What is it called?
Inside Man?
Inside Man.
The Inside Man, yeah.
Yep. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah. And again, he's put in a lot of these roles of like cop or bodyguard or like these general protector kind of roles, because I think we can kind of see that like vulnerability seeping through with this like tough guy, you know, and I think that that's what allows so many people to relate to him, because we do feel like this guy can definitely kick someone's ass and protect us if he needs to, but also he's like soft in the middle and tender, and like he can also like be a good time and hang out with you.
He looks like he was a good dad.
Yeah.
And like I've always like seen him and I'm like, gosh, like I wish he was like my uncle or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Love him.
Love him. Denzel. So
What's
my
one of
first
yours?
one, again, this is another actor definitely that I've been, for as long as I can remember, you know, going to movies, seeing him just everywhere, is Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom.
I actually had a dream that he was my uncle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again,
another uncle type.
Another uncle type. I think he plays roles that definitely feel more tender and soft-spoken, and he just has this way about him of always making you feel for him, you know, like really feel like I'm just thinking. I keep thinking of like the common man, you know. He's not this like heartthrob looking, very handsome. I mean, he's handsome, but like not like a Brad Pitt type where he's going to be like that kind of hero.
Yeah.
But he is a hero in his own way of like the like average Joe kind of
average
guy,
Joe.
you know? So that's what I've always liked about him, is he feels down to earth.
Yeah.
And
Denzel too. He just seems so humble.
Yeah.
You don't read a lot of tabloids with either of these two men on it.
They're just they're just actors, you know.
This is their job.
Yeah.
You know, they're not there to like.
They've both had very successful careers. I mean, I'm pretty sure both of them have, if not only been nominated for Oscars, won Oscars. So they're very well respected within the industry, and I think that's partly it, is because they don't get caught up in the bullshit. They're there to make movies and act well. Just be good actors. And they've done that even though they've had some not so
plus years.
Yeah, not so good movies. They always show up as their actor, you know? So I think I like both of them almost for the same reasons.
Yes.
They've also just been around us as we've been growing up into this industry and wanting to be in it, and I respect both those guys a lot.
They worked very hard to get to where they were at, because these are also people that didn't come from money.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And there wasn't somebody at the like Hollywood door for them to like be able to go in. Like I had heard that Tom Hanks was like at some point living in his car trying to make it, you know. and that's the thing that my dad would always like tell me is that like, you know, you guys don't know how to work hard. But I'm like, yeah, but also we luckily don't have to be sleeping in a car.
True.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the kind of sacrifice I want to, you know, do in order to make it to Hollywood. I don't want to make it to Hollywood in that way.
Sure.
If it just happens, it will happen. I don't want to do that. But it is respectable for somebody like Tom Hanks to have, you know, done that and worked really hard for where he's at right now.
And I think that's the point. Is like no one has to get to the level of like working or like sleeping in your car, but it's about that commitment. You know, like what I was just talking about before is like you have the commitment to your passion. You know, and that's what these guys are obviously doing. Is they're just passionate about this work and they're just going to do the work, and because obviously they like doing it. They've been doing it forever. So,
freaking ever.
How about number 2? What do you think?
My number 2.
Number 2.
I'm gonna say that, gosh, it's a tie between these two. I guess it's not a ranking, but like Anya Taylor-Joy.
Very cool.
I saw her in The Witch, and I was so excited. Yeah. I hadn't seen her before. I didn't know who she was, and then all of a sudden, like, she freaking exploded, and she was everywhere, and I feel like I've seen almost every single film of hers. And I just get really excited. She's a very talented person, and she, I think she was born in London, and then her parents moved to Argentina, so she knows Spanish as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fluent Spanish.
Wow.
So she has an Argentina accent when she's speaking in Spanish, but then a British accent in English. And it's just like the trippiest thing. And I just find that to be so extraordinary.
Yeah.
Very, very excited for her career.
She is extremely striking looking too.
Yeah.
Which she's not a typical beauty. She's definitely beautiful. But I think too, what separates her is her look a little bit. She's got those big eyes.
That are like down? No, they're like, yeah, like a little bit downturn.
And so she's got this like, she's tall, she's like skinny, and so she's got this kind of like unique look about her as well that isn't typical Hollywood. And she's incredibly talented.
I want her career so bad.
How could you not? You know, she's played in
everything.
I think the
Split and
the roles.
Gambit.
What's I think helped her is that because she's more unique looking, she's had more unique roles, and so she's able to play, in my opinion, what would be more fun roles than just doing the typical like Hollywood beauty thing.
Exactly.
These like The Witch and Split and Queen's Gambit, like these are all extremely different things.
Also, she was in the New Mutants.
Exactly.
And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what is your life? And she's just having fun with it. Because she's also, like, knock on wood, but, like, she doesn't look problematic. She isn't just trying to be on the spotlight. She's one person who's, like, talented and everybody likes her. She can mold into all these characters. It's easier when you are also white.
Absolutely.
And skinny. But, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I have a big crush on her, and I think she is very talented, and I can't wait to see like what else she's in. I just the latest movie that she's in, the
Last Night in Soho.
Yes, I haven't seen that one yet. I've been putting it off, trying to see if we can pull it from the bucket.
It's in there, rolling around.
Yes,
I know.
But,
my second one is Toni Collette.
Toni Collette.
This is another actor that has been working for a very long time. And someone who, no matter what the caliber of the movie is, I always find that I can pretty much exclusively enjoy her performance. So, like Sixth Sense, Hereditary, we just watched her in Nightmare Alley, Little Miss Sunshine. I mean, she's been in...
Oh, fucking hell yes.
Yes.
I know who she is. I'm just really bad with, like, names.
Names and faces.
Name and faces.
Name to face. But yeah, she's incredibly talented.
I knew you were going to say... I mean, she is honorable mention. My God, is she she fucking kills it.
She kills it. Every single role, I feel like I'm just like, you gravitate towards her because she's, again, that commitment of the character to have those little micro moments too. I mean, we saw it in Nightmare Alley. She was a con artist. We saw it in The Sixth Sense. Like, that's going years back when she plays the mother. And, like, there's so many good moments in that movie of her, like, holding back and, like, trying to keep us all together. And then Hereditary, too, one of my just favorite movies in general. Like, she's the star of that movie. And she is horrifying in that movie. But it all everything still feels so real and grounded.
Well, she brings, like we were mentioning, that humanity into a character. In Nightmare Alley, I don't know if you realized, but like even when she was just standing there, she was doing these little movements. Like she would take off her like foot from her like sandal wedge thing that she was wearing, and then she would like crack her like toes, which is like something I've definitely done and I've seen other people do. But this is the caliber of the acting that we're mentioning, is those little things where they are in it. They're in it. They're not trying to look pretty. They're not they're like are there to fucking do a good job, and god damn it does she do it well.
They're living and committing to the world.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's... It's like when we watched that Sixth Sense, I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and I forgot how good her performance was in that.
I didn't even know that it was her. Yeah.
God, so good.
So good. Another person I want to mention is Florence Pew.
Yeah, Florence Pew.
God damn it, am I excited for her shit too.
Yep.
God damn it, is she great.
She is. And, I mean, Midsummer obviously was like her breakout role, and there's so many examples in that movie too of the micro moments that we're talking about, you know, and that movie's all about not saying something when you probably should say something, but as the audience, we know what she wants to say without her having to say it.
And she captured that language of just like, there would be moments where she's like questioning something, but then she would just like look and just go like, huh. Just kind of like squint and like do a head tilt and stuff. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she's in the Marvel universe too.
Yeah.
She's a superhero.
She has an
as well.
accent.
She's got
a Russian accent.
The Russian accent. I can't do it. I can't.
And that's incredible. Like accents, I mean, I haven't practiced enough because I have a fear of failure, and you have to keep going at accents. And when a actor can do a really good one,
well, it's like first it's impressive that you can do an accent. Then it's impressive that you can do an accent while settling into a character and fully committing to that character without the accent being a distraction. It's like you're so into the character that the accent is just happening almost naturally. It's like, Jesus, how do you do that?
How do you freaking do that?
How do you focus, but not focus on...
I can't do that in improv.
It's crazy.
I can't. I just, what I end up doing is just getting the humor of how the accent sounds and just doing that. And sounding like a blabbering fucking... Yeah.
Hello, cheerio.
Yeah, hello, cheerio. But at that point,
actor.
it's like I'm doing a caricature of a person as opposed to just, you know, the honesty. But I can't do it. But maybe that would be funnier.
That's why we leave it to you,
Florence
actors.
Pew? Good
Florence
job.
Pew.
Pew.
Last person that I just wanted to mention real quick was another more newcomer, Daniel Kaluuya. And I honestly because he was in Black Mirror, right? He was in that episode of Black Mirror, which was great.
That episode terrifies me.
The riding the bike one. Oh,
and
God.
then you have to pay for every single little thing.
Yep.
And
then when he was in, I think Get Out is just like standout, killed that performance. Can never forget that scene of him being hypnotized, and he's just frozen, but his eyes are just
the
like
fear that he's able to just portray here. Holy shit. Also, what a beautiful man.
yes.
Very symmetrical looking person. My God. How
You're
is
looking
this-
great, Daniel.
You're looking great.
You're killing it, and
Good job.
just like wow, like that performance. I think it was like also like a really important movie for horror and black filmmakers too,
Mhm.
and for him to like show up so freaking well. He
My
killed
God.
it. You know?
Yeah, that's another person that I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
their
and he's
career.
just at the beginning too. So, jeez.
Oh my God. Yeah, because when I saw him in the Black Mirror episode, I was just like, God damn it. God damn it, this person's really good.
Yeah.
And he doesn't say much either. He's one of those actors too that they don't need to throw a script at him. He's just so good at just relaying emotion.
Yep. Without him
In his
saying a
face.
single word.
No.
It's great. Those eyes. Those eyes.
Those eyes. Some people might think that that's easier to do. It is the opposite. It is hard. It's hard. Acting is not all that easy. Okay, people?
It's not all that easy.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that like you have to get rid of and be like, oh yeah, I'm on camera. I have to not be nervous or whatever.
Well, it takes a certain vulnerability, you know? You have to be able to let go of all of your own insecurities to then embody another person and pick up their insecurities and all this other stuff. And that's hard to do. That's hard to do, especially when
exhausting.
yeah, it's exhausting, especially when you're working 8 hours a day doing take after take after
Or
take.
16.
16.
Imagine yelling for 16 hours.
That's
you know?
not easy.
Or crying for
Yeah.
16 hours.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for, I'm going to just pivot off a little bit, in Euphoria, this new season, for Swidney. What's her name?
Sydney Sweeney?
Yes. Her character fucking cried every goddamn episode.
Yeah.
That must have been exhausting to do.
Yeah.
Every day.
Screaming, crying. Yeah.
Oof, to be in that mindset for as long as they shot that
Yeah.
season.
Not only
God.
physically exhausting, but mentally exhausting too.
And then you know what? Another actor I want to talk about, Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Jesus Christ, she's killing it.
Yes.
That scene in Euphoria of her coming off of drugs and learning that her luggage isn't there, and she's like afraid of her life.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, and she can't fucking say anything because she can't rat anybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was
Anxiety-inducing.
Yeah, it's anxiety-inducing, but also wow.
Yeah.
So Zendaya, I love
Zendaya
you. She's also
definitely
a crush
shout
of
out.
mine. And they're all these girls are like 25 years old.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
And that's what's exciting, I think, too. And the fact that we're pointing out these people, you know, we had a good amount of, you know, Tom Hanks, Toni Collette, Denzel. These are all people that have been in the industry for decades. And it's really cool to see their career, like, almost as a whole. Not saying they're done, but, like, you know, we've seen them live decades of their career. And then we have these other actors, like Daniel Kaluuya, like Zendaya, that they're just at the beginning. Florence Pugh, like, it's very exciting to see where they will go and what they will do.
Mm-hmm. So much fun.
Yeah. Actors.
Yeah, and
actors.
I think the reason why I'm just so excited for these people is that storytelling is changing, you know, and then we're involving more stories and point of views to like be told. So I think there's a lot that the actors I think of today can I don't know, just like bring forward to the table and be excited that like their story will also be listened through somebody else, you know, like as an actor, like
it feels like more of a collaborative experience.
Yes, that's
with
right.
everyone that's involved.
Beautifully said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
Awesome. Actors,
Yay.
love them. We
gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Oh,
Oh, careful.
wow.
Were you just acting there?
Yeah.
no, that was
Wow. I'm a
Commitment.
great actress.
Commitment. All right, let's get out of here.
Okay, let's get out. All right. You can find me at Color Me Leslie
And
on
me,
Instagram.
And me at BeepBeepRichieT. Also, check us out at the Deadlights Pod. And also Playground Social, which is a studio that we are recording this at.
Yeah.
But until next time,
Let's get mini spooky.
Ooh.